Imagine coming all the way from another continent. You did what? Summer is freaking hot. Like, summer is freaking hot. Worship whatever you want to worship. Don't worship at all. Your personal business. There are mosques everywhere. For Christians as well, I know there are churches because my Christian friends go to church every Sunday. I hope so. Sit down, you sit down, you sit down, you sit down, What's up, YouTube Nation? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hi. If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe, and if you're not, thank you for always coming back. When you do subscribe, please hit the bell right next to subscribe because it lets you know whenever I do upload a new video. So today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about living in Cyprus. If you guys didn't know, I feel like for most of my YouTube life, like a lot of people don't really know. Y'all don't really know. I'm just like kind of floating. You don't know where I am, where are you from, where do you live, where have you been, where did you grow up, and blah blah blah. While I may not be getting into all of those things in this video, I'm going to tell you guys I am currently in North Cyprus. I have been here for years and I feel like I can give you guys a really good understanding of what North Cyprus is, living and all that stuff. And I even made like bullet points. So I'm going to tell you guys things I'm going to talk about today, like the transportation, accommodation, customer service, people in general when it comes to making friends, what it's like working here, language barrier if there's any, the weather, safety, money, lifestyle, visa, religion, like things like that, dressing. Yo, I'm getting in deep, but I made bullet points so it to keep me on track and also try to just pass my points across a lot easier, a lot quickly, instead of like, because I end up talking a lot and it's not good for me, it's not good for y'all. So let's keep this video to the point. Y'all don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well. If you're watching, please give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Like, if I got $1 for every time someone asks me about living in Cyprus, what it's like, or just whatever, like general questions, I wouldn't be rich, but I'll have a couple of dollars. Okay, first of all, Cyprus is a small island and it's divided into two sides. There's the south side and then there's the northern side. I personally live in the northern side, which is under the Turkish government, and then there's the southern side, which is just basically on its own. That's why, like, whenever you're buying a product or you're trying to get into Cyprus and stuff like that, you have to go through Turkey. If you're, for instance, if you're placing an order from North Cyprus, I identify as Turkey. Otherwise, if you go with Cyprus, your product or whatever it is goes to South Cyprus, because South Cyprus is the only part of Cyprus that is independent. North Cyprus, however, is with the Turkish shebang. But enough of that, that's just politics and stuff like that. Let's talk about the environment and advancement. I feel like a lot of people think they're going to come here and find like massive buildings, which, to be honest, they are doing that right now. The island is changing at a rapid rate. There's just so many mass infrastructures, and from a point of an architect, I'm just like, y'all are ruining the island. It obviously had to do with governments and rules and stuff like that. I think they were trying to preserve the true essence of the island by leaving it the way it is, like historic values and stuff like that, which they still have the historic structures, but like there's just so much new stuff right now. For a lot of people that come thinking there's going to be LA or Dubai or Istanbul or Austria, I hate to break it to you, this ain't it. This is like just a simple chill. Houses are like miniature, like the lifestyle is pretty, you know, chill. You don't find massive malls, you don't find, like, that's just not it. But they have their styles of doing things, which again I think has to do with preservation of culture and stuff like that. Again, from an architect's point of view, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, but to each their own. Some people don't know. Some people think they're coming to Dubai, or like Dubai kind of environment and they come here and they're kind of disappointed. No, it's not. No, it's not. They have castles with stones. No, people don't live in the castles, but I just want you to have an idea. Right, since that's out of the way, because I feel like especially like Nigerians, for some reason they always, like, when you ask them, they're like, I don't like this place. I'm like, so why did you come here? Because obviously they had like a different idea, and sometimes they get people lying to them and stuff like that, and I'm just like, why would anyone do that? Cyprus isn't Atlanta or Austria or another city, but it is authentically Cyprus, and it is so beautiful. If anyone asks me to come here, I would say you definitely have to visit at least once in your lifetime. Cost of living in Turkey is way cheaper than cost of living in Cyprus because it's an island. So if you don't like the environment, don't even come here. Like, everything needs to be shipped and stuff. But yeah, enough of the environment. Let's move on to transportation. When it comes to transportation, they have taxis, they have buses, they also have like the cycling bicycles, the one that uses cards, which I don't know why they have it. They don't have bike lanes. However, the people on the road are quite cautious, so when you're on the bicycle, no one's hitting you, you know, you're safe. But I'm just scared. You don't have bike lanes. I don't know how to navigate through all this, so I've never been on the bicycles. They have buses, pay buses, where you pay in coins. It's not as much as you would pay when you're using a taxi, which is what I use most of the time, to be honest. I only use taxis if I don't want to like meet people, talk to people, interact with people. Sounded like an introvert, but yeah. Or if I need to like go shopping, I don't want to get on a bus with like stuff, so I wouldn't do that. They also have school buses, which fortunately enough, they don't ask for IDs when you're getting on the buses. You just get on, so whether you're a student or not, you can pretty much get free transportation from school buses, and they go to that's the thing, you need to know where the buses go, otherwise you may just end up going somewhere random. But for the pay bus, you just ask them up front, I'm going to city, and they'll tell you, yeah, you know, yeah or no. And taxi is, yeah, I've pretty much covered that. Accommodation, when it comes to accommodation is pretty decent. Mostly people pay in pounds, a few people pay in euros and Turkish lira. Because of fluctuation of currency, real estate have found a way to just navigate through it by using pounds. So whatever it is, whatever slump the currency falls under, they still get their money's worth when it comes to like houses. And there's availability of houses, so that's a good thing. Especially now with the influx of students coming in, international students and stuff like that, so they know that at very least they're going to get students that are going to pay a certain amount to stay in their houses. And because this place is a tourist attraction place, the whole island, I personally think in terms of environment and stuff like that, when I was talking about advancement and stuff, I genuinely believe this is a place you can come for a vacation and have an absolutely amazing time. I've been here for a vacation and it was amazing. I wouldn't live here. This is not my kind of lifestyle. I would not be able to live here. However, retirement here is not an entirely bad idea, because I do have friends who have come to retire here. But that's besides the point. Let's stick to accommodation. Prices, it all depends when it comes to housing, to be honest. It depends on your budget, it depends on the city. Girne, which is, okay, it's not the capital, what am I saying, but most tourist attraction places are in Girne, which is where I lived most of my stay here. and the prices there are a little bit higher than Lefkosia, which is where I am at the moment. Lefkosia is a little bit lower than Girne, and then Magusa is even more lower than Lefkosia where I am. And then the camera died on me. So basically, just to give you guys a rough idea, I'm giving you guys a rough estimate without checking online, for you guys to know that this is not like exact prices. I'm giving you a rough idea. I've lived here for a long time and I've lived in several houses, so I can give like a rough estimate. So for 1+1s, depending on where you stay, it can range from £50 to, sorry, not 1+1, oh my god, what am I saying? I mean like a studio, from £50 to £200 for studio, or to 250. Let's just say 250 is the studio if the studio is very good. But just so you know, £50 studio is going to be hella ugly. I'm calling it as it is. It will probably just look like, yeah, no thank you, just put it out there. When it comes to 1+1, you can get 1+1 anywhere from £200 to 400. 400 is on the high side, obviously. 2+2, by the way, I hope you understand what I mean by 2+2 or 1+1. 1+1 is 1 bedroom and a living room. Like where I am right now is a 1+1, and it's in between. It's not the highest, it's not the cheapest, just a good amount. Obviously, you know that you have to consider location when it comes to like these things, finding apartments and stuff like that. If you guys want me to do a video on how you find apartments and stuff like that, I would do that. But yeah, just keeping this topic light. When you're looking for 2+2, again, depending on the location. For instance, a 1+1 in Girne is, I don't think you can find a 1+1 in Girne less than £300. It's not happening. However, in Lefkosia, you can find a 1+1 from £200, and in Magosa, I believe you can find, these are the 3 main cities that people mostly stay in. There's like, but there's Lefki, there are other places, Gozerias and whatnot. I've never been to any of those places. These are the 3 cities I've been to, and these are the 3 cities most people actually stay. And what are the prices? You can also rent by day. There are villas, there are like any type of luxury kind of housing. You have them, you can get them. You can even purchase a whole house to sell when you choose to leave. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. But accommodation is pretty like decent compared to, I don't know if you guys need me to compare it to anything, but compared to Turkey, it's a bit on the high side, if I'm being real. But yeah, we probably shouldn't compare things to anywhere else. Let's just stick to, you know. And dormitories are great too. The problem is, I don't know about Magosa dormitories. It seems like their dormitories are way more affordable, followed by Lefkosia, and then Girne, the most expensive, obviously. I just came to the most expensive city, so everywhere else just seems cheap to me, even though it really isn't. It's like decent. They're just like, okay, okay prices. The downside to dormitories is that sometimes they have rules. They can be like no guys allowed, or you have to be, or you have a curfew, or there's no noise, or you have shared kitchen, or you name it, or they expect you to move out every summer because they need to renovate and fix up for new students, or you stay during summer and you pay daily. However they wish to exploit you, really. I'm talking about school dormitories. However, individual dormitories, I'm pretty sure those are quite affordable. Those are like really, that's a good option to look into actually. I've never stayed in a dormitory outside school, but I guess it would be a good option because it will be affordable without all the rules. But you still have to deal with living with people at such close proximity. I don't know if that makes sense. That may not always be a bad thing, you know. Next, customer service and people in general. To be honest, in general, people are really nice here. Like the Turkish people themselves are really nice. There's a lot of international people, of course, because there's a tourist place. You find British people, you find Arab people, you just find Nigerians, South Africans. Like people just come here. Some come for vacation, some come for school. They have universities, so people come for school. the Turkish people themselves are really nice. Customer service is pretty decent. Maybe 1 out of 10 would be rude to you, and that's probably because they're having a bad day or whatever. I don't know, but you do have those cases where you need help, you call someone and they come into your house looking like they're about to come whoop your ass, and I'm like yeah, no, bye. Shut the door in their face. I don't know, but like that rarely happens. Just in general, the people are nice. When you walk into a store, they're very friendly. The only thing that I've noticed with Turkish people is sometimes you kind of need to push for things when you're trying to get something. For instance, let me give you an example. I went to the post office, right, and I was like, oh, I need my package, blah blah blah, and I showed them the number and they're like, oh, okay, cool. And sometimes they can be so busy, and I get it, you're busy, that they will just tell you to come back on Monday, and I'm like, how you know I have to come back on Monday? I need to see you type it in the computer, tell me where my product. So I can just be like, okay, well, can you tell me where it is then if it's not here? Because they can also track it from their end, you know. They get pissed, sometimes exasperated, and they're just like, okay. And to be honest, this particular incident, it was in the post. I think what happened was it arrived that day and they had not like sorted out their things and blah blah blah. Sometimes because of language barrier too, you can't really blame them. They don't know how to explain all these things to you. So they just tell you, come back Monday. And it's just like, what if I stay in a whole nother city? What if that's the case? So like things like that is just like, unless you have that happen to you, in general they're nice. But I've definitely like experienced this a lot here, a few times, a lot actually, this kind of scenario, a lot. But just in general, they're nice. They actually are. They're friendly. Making friends, when it comes to making friends, they're pretty nice, like I said. So yeah, making friends should be very easy. The only thing is, I feel like their friendships, especially when it comes to is that a word I'm trying to make up? Friends from different nationalities and stuff like that, I feel like their friendships are situational. It just depends on the situation. If you go to school with them, they'll be friends with you up until you stop going to school with them, then they're no longer your friends. That kind of situation, that happens a lot. I don't know if it's because of language or whatever, but yeah, I guess that they make for good acquaintances. You guys will have like a very good solid relationship. You guys will have bands and laugh and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't go well. Hardly, sometimes, but hardly. That has been my experience anyways, and I've stayed in different places. Off days, when it comes to like off days, first of all, there are Sundays. See, they don't joke with their holidays. If it's a holiday, honey boo, it's a holiday. You will not find them. Like, you will not find them. On Sundays, most places are closed. The markets are still opened. Grocery shops is what I call markets. This is what they call markets, to be honest. I've adapted. But yeah, those in particular open, but just in general, places are usually closed on Sunday. So if you have plans to do something, probably just don't do it on Sunday, because you don't know what's open and what's not. I try to just not do things on Sunday personally. And from 12 to 2, I personally try not to go out on those times because they have a break time. It's a universal island-wide break time. I think it's 1 to 2, either 1 to 2 or 12 to 1. Some places have like different times. Just to be safe, I try not to be out going anywhere from 12 to 2, because if you have something to do, you can go there and they're on break and you have to wait for a whole hour or 2 to wait for them to come back from break. And they will not, I repeat, they will not attend to you during break. It doesn't matter if they're there in the office or not, they will not. It's just like, this is my break time, personal time, which is quite understandable. So I just don't do things. It's easier if you know and learn these things, so you just don't end up getting pissed. That part. Even school, this is everywhere. I'm telling you, school, offices. I think maybe clothing stores and stuff like that will probably still be open during break time. Anyways, one thing I really noticed is that they don't joke with their free time. If it's supposed to be free time, best believe it's free time. If they're supposed to open at 9, you get there at 8:50, they're not opening. Even if they're in the store, they are not opened. Like, that's just your own cup of tea. If they're supposed to close at 6 p.m. and you get there at 6:03, maybe if they're lenient and it's a grocery store, they'll just be like, okay, yeah, go in quickly and come out. But most cases, they're just like, no, we're closed. Like, you can see them in, but we're closed. So that they don't joke with. Language barrier, when it comes to language, it's a lot better for you to at least learn a few things in Turkish so you can communicate with them easily. But just in general, they understand English, because like I said, this is a tourist place, so many tourists come in general and people try to communicate in English. So they do have, there are people that would even shock you with like more fluent English than you. I did not expect that, but I am loving this kind of energy. Most of them speak English, from moderate to very good. When it comes to weather, the summer is freaking hot and the winter is freaking cold, but it doesn't snow in the cities, thank God. Imagine if it snowed in the city, I'll just kill me now. But it doesn't snow. It snows in the mountains and in the woods. Sometimes it snows within the city, but hardly. It's so freaking cold, man, and we get to like -degrees, so like it's so freaking cold, but at least it's not the UK. And summer is freaking hot. Like, summer is freaking hot. Oh my god, and humidity is high. It's flipping hot. Like, it's hotter than Nigeria. Safety is very safe. Like, let's say 90% safe. If you have a 1% chance of someone doing something, like, it doesn't even happen. I've never experienced this. Sometimes my friends come here and they leave my door open and we literally sleep with the door open and I don't even know it. Or like, I go out at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, I take walks at 3 a.m with my earphones on without fear of someone attacking me or something like that. Like, it's pretty safe. Money, cost of living, I feel like I touched on this a little. Cost of living is not that bad, but we have to acknowledge that this is an island, so everything is being shipped to the island, either shipped or by flight, cargo. So we have to acknowledge that part. The good thing about it is, if you want to leave, for instance, if you want to leave at a much more cheaper rate, you can get a 1+1 or a studio and share it with someone. Like, you can get a studio for £50, like I mentioned, or let's say £100, so you can look decent, and then you can get a roommate and then you split that cost between the two of you in the studio. That's if you can live like that. Like, it all depends on you and your comfort level. But imagine doing that, you end up paying £50 each. You share your electricity bills, you share your water bills, you share your, because electricity bill is a bit on the high side, water bill is pretty much chill. Internet bill, you share your internet bill. See, that internet bill is pretty much the same worldwide. I feel like it's a good, like, it's not, it's the normal price, I feel like, everywhere. And then if you want to live luxuriously again, you can get a penthouse, live however you want, as bogus as you want, however you want to live, buy groceries for 1000 TL and come and stock your fridge in your household and eat like a mad person. It's all up to you, really. It's up to you. Moving on to lifestyle. When it comes to lifestyle, well, lifestyle is chill. Like I mentioned, it's pretty chill. There are clubs, so if you like going out to clubs, they have clubs. When it comes to dressing, you can dress however you want to dress. If you like wear shorts and a bralette, if you like wearing a niqab and a abaya, wear anything you want to wear. Do whatever you want to do. If you want to tie your ankara, you can tie it. Wear your danshiki. If you want to wear anything, they pretty much mind their business. That's a good thing. And like, what's the like highest if they see something interesting? Oh, I like this. This looks really nice, and keep it pushing. And then religion too. You freedom of religion. Worship whatever you want to worship. Don't worship at all. Your personal business. but the main religion they practice here is Islam, so there are mosques everywhere. For Christians as well, I know there are churches because my Christian friends go to church every Sunday. I hope so. And then those are the two main religions that I like really know of here. And then when it comes to like visa, I'm just putting this in because people tend to ask that a lot. You can come into North Cyprus with your Turkish visa, but you cannot go to Turkey with your North Cyprus resident permit or visa. And there's this new whole stupid, I call it stupid, process that I've discovered that they've started, where you have to go into Turkey to go to the Cyprus embassy to get a visa to come to North Cyprus coming. And I'm just like, y'all are bugging, right? Y'all are bugging. You're bugging. Imagine coming all the way from another continent to come to Turkey. Then you tell me, no, the worst part is those people that actually come all the way to North Cyprus, then you tell them to fly back to Turkey, to go into Turkey, to go to the embassy, get a visa, come into the airport again, travel back to Cyprus to come into. Are you okay? I was just like, it's mad actually. I met this girl at the airport. She was the one telling me about this. I mean, I kind of knew about it, but I was like, y'all are bugging, because my mom has come here, I want to say 4 or 5 times now, and she has never once gotten a North Cyprus visa. But I remember this girl at the airport telling me about her experience and how she had to go back and forth, and I was just like, you did what? But apparently it's different for students, so students get to like go in a lot more easier than if you're traveling alone. But she was accompanying a student, which was her younger sibling, and I'm just like, please make it make sense. So I guess maybe it's just one of those scenarios where you kind of push, because I know you can, like my mom wouldn't be someone who you tell her, oh, you have to go back to Turkey to get a visa, and she'd be like, yeah, okay, get me on the next flight then. No. It's not happening. She's here and she's entering. Because really on legal grounds she's supposed to be allowed with a Turkish visa, because this is the Turkish Republic of North Cyprus. This is not like, North Cyprus specifically does not have an embassy anywhere else but Turkey. So how that's such a stupid system. I hope it doesn't hold. I hope when you get to the airport you kind of fight them a little. I hope they don't like mess things up for you, but still, it's just stupid. It's dumb. I'll kind of clarify before you travel. All right, there's something else I feel like I wanted to add here.
Yeah, racism, that's something you were supposed to cover. Anyways, talking about racism, to be honest, I guess it shows how good this place is, the fact that I even forgot that point completely. Turkish people are not racist. The other international people that you would meet are also likely not racist. The chance that you meet one racist person is probably just someone who wants to piss you off, and they use the race card to like get to you. But in general, if someone asks me, are Turkish people racist, I would say no, they're not.
I guess this is a wrap then. I'll see you guys in my next video. If you did enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the bell right next to subscribe so you'll be notified whenever I do upload a new video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.